Hello, confidants, and welcome back. The Rothschild family are renowned for their power, influence, and wealth worldwide. The vast and shrouded wealth of the Rothschilds has endured for generations and has surprisingly made it hard to tell what is fact and what is fiction, making the family the single largest source of conspiracy theories. The family is frequently associated with theories about the Illuminati, the New World Order, and other dark money groups that supposedly pull the string of world governments. If that hasn't scared you yet, then how about this? The Rothschilds have been blamed for everything, from starting wars for personal gain to funding the Holocaust to assassinating US presidents. The whole world is controlled by one family, and you're about to find out how they do it. The Rothschilds' shrewd business practices are well documented, and their fortune is extensive. But how extensive, and where did the fortunes originate from? Pick up that drink and sit tight, as today we're going back to the earliest days of this famous Jewish family to see how they managed to build one of the greatest fortunes in history at a time of rampant anti-Semitism. Welcome to ConfidentCastle.com, the place where you'll always find sensational facts, beautiful rich people, and great entertainment. If you want to make sure to get the next episode, subscribe and click the bell. Hold tight onto your seat and travel with me through time to the 18th century when the story of the Rothschilds began. Believe it or not, the Rothschild name was not always synonymous with grandeur and extravagance. It was established by Meyer Amschel Rothschild, who was born in 1744 in a Jewish ghetto in Frankfurt, Germany. But wait, before you start wondering why Rothschild doesn't sound as Jewish as your typical Benjamin or Solomon perhaps, here is how it came to being. Back then, the buildings in the ghetto were not distinguished by numbers but by signs. The signs on one of those houses was a red shield, or Rothschild in German, and the family living in the house had gone by the same name since at least 1528. Not much is known about Meyer Amschel's early life, as his was one of the tens of thousands of marginalized outcast families. Despite his place of birth, he never allowed those physical conditions to weigh him down. Age 12, he took on an apprenticeship with a banking firm in Hanover, Germany, and from there studied banking and foreign trade. This singular action paved way for the imprinting of his family wealth in the sands of time. Returning to Frankfurt at the age of 19, he offered his own banking services in a modest way, beginning with trading of rare coins and related investments. You see, in medieval Europe, Christianity forbade anyone from lending money with interest, terming it as an extortionist venture. This left this otherwise profitable business into the hands of the Jews. Meyer was smart and charismatic, seeking out wealthy clientele and associating with nobility whenever he could. After serving Crown Prince Wilhelm himself, he was given the Crown Agent title before going on to marry and to have 5 sons and 5 daughters. Hey confidants! Now that we're deep into the video, if you like this video, please click the thumbs up button. It helps us understand what you like, and it also helps us please the almighty YouTube algorithm. Meyer managed to bequeath part of his wealth to his 5 sons, and what he did next became the model for many powerful Jewish financiers who followed. He installed each of his sons as his agents in the 5 major financial centers of Europe. The eldest Rothschild in Frankfurt, Solomon in Vienna, Nathan in London, Kalman in Naples, and the youngest Jacob in Paris. This essentially shored up the Rothschilds to be the first bank to transcend borders. Better yet, Meyer Rothschild calculated and manipulated his fortunes beyond the grave. He wrote into his family that only the male Rothschilds would stand to inherit the family fortune. The women in the family had no choice but to marry their cousins or leave the family. This ensured that the Rothschild wealth remained with the Rothschild family until this current day. After establishing a stable international banking empire, the Rothschilds started poking their noses into some other businesses of war. It was a dirty business of war that inflated the Rothschild family wealth. During the Napoleonic Wars in 1811, Nathan Rothschild financed the British government's war effort. On the sly, they also funded the enemy, Napoleon Bonaparte. Sounds like an amateur gambler's move, right? Placing a bet on both horses? However, it wasn't as simple as that. It was a highly sophisticated scheme to multiply their wealth. As a trusted investor, when Rothschild sold all of his English bonds, fueling speculation that Napoleon was winning the war, the English people followed suit. Soon, the English stock exchange collapsed. From there, it is recorded that Rothschild's agents began snatching up bonds and stock at record low prices. 2 days later, when Wellington's envoy confirmed that Napoleon Bonaparte had indeed suffered a crushing defeat, Nathan Rothschild was effectively in control of the English stock exchange. What a day of agony it was for the English stock traders. As of 2015, the English government was still paying back money owed to the Rothschild family from this Napoleonic maneuver. Now that was a classical genius move. During this time, many of the Rothschilds became royalties. Yes, nobility too can be bought with the right amount of money. Each of Meyer Amschel Rothschild's 5 sons were named as hereditary noble members of the Austrian aristocracy by Austrian Emperor Francis I. The 5 brothers enjoyed this status together for 4 years until Emperor Francis I granted them all the title of Freiherr, the equivalent to a baron, in 1822. This is why some of the Rothschild family use the prefix de or von Rothschild, as this prefix acknowledges the nobility of the name. As if meddling in dangerous war affairs wasn't enough, the Rothschilds also played a major role in the construction and owning of the Suez Canal, a canal in Egypt that connects the Red Sea and the Mediterranean. They really did have their fingers in all pies, didn't they? During the 19th century, if anything in the world needed a huge sum of money, a member of the Rothschild family was always there, ready and waiting. They were the main financial backers and were massively influential in the decision for Britain to purchase shares in the canal. This actually led to controversy because the then British Prime Minister did not consult the Parliament when he made the decision. The Rothschild family also bought Brazil's freedom from under Portugal's thumb for £2 million sterling. All these were never out of goodwill, though. The Rothschild family profited greatly from these endeavors due to the interest they charge on the loans. Indeed, as they say, give a man a gun and he can rob a bank. Give a man a bank and he can rob the world. Hey confidants, if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe to this channel to enable me to create more amazing videos. The Rothschilds began to diversify their assets rapidly. Just a handful of the diverse range of interests that the Rothschilds cover are financial services, real estate, mining, energy, mixed farming, winemaking, and non-profits. During the 20th century, the newer generation of the 5 Rothschild families made fewer and fewer successful moves. The branches in Naples and Austria and Germany have both disintegrated into extinction. The French Rothschilds had some luck restoring their business after the war, but then the French socialists nationalized their bank in 1981. In the end, only the English branch has survived with its fortune intact. The Rothschilds have ensured the secrecy of their family's fortune by establishing a complex network of shell companies. Today, only one member of the Rothschild family is included among the Forbes list of the world's billionaires: Benjamin the Rothschild, who is ranked as number 1121 with a net worth of $1.61 billion. While the Rothschild family certainly was one of the world's most significant financial powers in the past centuries, they no longer wield the same sort of influence over global affairs. Now, let's close business with the Rothschilds. Tell me, confidants, do you think this family could be much more wealthier than the current public records show? Is it possible that their combined family wealth is $2 trillion as some allude? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for having a good time with me, confidants. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss another episode. And if you have a few more minutes right now, I picked the videos you see on the screen for you to watch next.